Alright, here's a really interesting thought, thinking about the metagame of NBA pick and roll defense. If you don't know what metagaming is, it's basically setting up your strategy to beat the other person's strategy. That's the way I would describe it. Like, I know that my opponent is preparing with rock, so I'm going to throw paper every time until he changes. Is basically the idea. So like, a lot of this is my awareness of this is influenced by B-Ball Breakdown. Coach Nick over there, he's definitely a guy you should look out for because he'll improve your understanding of basketball systems, whether offense, defense, and that sort of a thing. So like, his big thing is he really likes ice defense on pick and roll. And we've been seeing a shift from hedge to ice. So basically a pick and roll is right where a guy comes and screens my man. And basically the way hedge works is two guys kind of blast the ball handler, and then the big tries to recover to the roll man. And the issue is sometimes it gives up pass to the roll man or whatever, or requires like someone to go get on the roll man and then everyone rotates over. So that is generally, traditionally the way that players have defended. But we've started to see a switch to ice, which is what Coach Nick really likes. And what ice is basically, I'm the ball handler and I get my screen. The defender of the ball handler, the guard, is going to force me away from the screen by sitting on my hip and or back, giving me a line to go forward but away from the screen towards the baseline or the basket or whatever. We're trying to prevent the middle. And then the big man will drop down very far to basically take away a layup. So we have a situation where the guy with the ball has the defender on his back, so can't really pull for a 3 and could go in for a 2. I mean, it gives up a long 2, and obviously a long 2 is not necessarily the most efficient thing. And then once the little gets back, the defender of the ball gets back in position in front, then the big recovers to the other big. The counter to this, however, is the pick and pop, because the way ice works is both guys are basically taking away the basket. You take away the basket and take away the 3 from the ball handler. You don't take away the 3 from the roll man. He can go wide and the ball handler can throw any kind of pass to find him, and if he can shoot a 3, that's the ice killer, right? So I think that if we see teams shifting towards ice, we will see the metagame shift as the value of a shooting big man really drastically improves. Running pick and rolls, the counter the counter to ice is pick and pop for 3. So we're seeing Chris Bosh get better at 3. We're seeing various guys like Kevin Durant ball screen is extremely dangerous, for example, and so forth. So I find that fascinating because we see a metagame develop. Right, it's like, all right, well, ice is more effective against these shooting guard types, so ice is going to be popular for a while. Well, ice is not very effective against pick and pops with shooting bigs, so pick and pops with shooting bigs are going to become popular. So we want to counter that, and we're going to go back to hedge, and it's potentially just a metagame that's going to go around in circles. So I find that to be incredibly interesting, and I just wanted to share that just because I think it's fascinating, and I think basketball is an awesome game with strategic depth from a coaching standpoint, and it's just a great game. It's just a great game. So I hope that expands your interest and knowledge in basketball. So shout out to B-Ball Breakdown. Shout out from Energy Efficient Basketball.